Hey writers, it's Jesi coming to you live from the Creative Lab in my house, which is a garage in the basement where I do all my work. This is where I do my editing and I do some writing and I do a lot of teaching online. And I'm here for our first supplemental creative writing class, which you're probably watching on YouTube. So when I was first invited to post some classes for you on YouTube, I got super stressed because that was something that I wasn't planning on doing during a pandemic. And then I got super organized and I got all my creative writing books. And I had this idea that I was going to, in a very organized fashion, read to you, talk to you a little bit about writing and your journey as writers, and give you some assignments. And so that was what I proposed to the powers that be at Elements of Education, and they were like, yeah, go ahead and do that. But then I realized that I'm feeling completely emotionally traumatized by the fact that we are all sheltering in place during a coronavirus pandemic. And I thought maybe I would just talk to you about what's going on for me, and also make some suggestions in this first video about how you can use journaling to help you through this difficult time. So I don't know how many of you actively journal. I know that your public school teachers sometimes they ask you to journal, and you may do that, but it's a really helpful thing for making it through hard times. And I know that it's something that I've been doing for my whole life since I was 9 years old, and I don't do it as much now as I used to, but it really contributed to my development as a writing human being. So that's what I want to recommend that you do, is that you get out either a notebook or some paper, and you can do one of two things. You can set yourself a goal of filling up 3 pages every day or whenever you feel like it, and that's the method that is recommended in this book, which I highly recommend, called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. So this gives you exercises for developing your creative muscles, and it's for all kinds of artists. So she recommends filling up 3 pages only by hand every day. She calls them morning pages, and she says you should do them the first thing in every day. I've done that. It's an excellent method. So you can take that as one recommendation. You can every day write 3 pages, and the idea is you don't show them to anybody. You don't have to read them. They're just a way of getting all of your chaotic, scared, crazy thoughts, expletive-laden thoughts, and anger at what's happening in the world, or sadness or grief or fear, anything, like just get it out there. So you can do that 3 pages at a time. Another way you can do it is to set a timer for yourself. So you could just put a timer on your phone, set it for however long, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and generally I write 10 minutes a page. I'm a pretty fast writer, but yeah, just give yourself that time. Tell the people in your household that you need to not be bothered for that time. Find some place quiet, and you could do it that way. You can also, like I said, you could do it on your laptop or on your phone even. But the idea is to create a sacred container where any thought you have is permissible to be written. And you don't have to judge yourself or censor yourself or anything. I want to say, like, well, on the one hand, I thought, like, let's just keep learning about the structure of writing for the rest of the semester. But at least for now, I want you to discover how you can use writing as part of taking care of yourself during this time. What some might call self-care, but I don't like that term. It's kind of icky. I just would prefer to say it's taking care of yourself. It's a place to manage your mental health and maybe help with your sanity when the world seems to be going crazy around us. So one thing that I thought that I would do is read to you from one of my journal entries from last week. I don't think there's any expletives in it, but I just wanted to give you an example of something that I wrote on March 23rd. Okay, here we go. Coronavirus quarantine, shelter in place, social distancing, day 10. I've taken this, parentheses, very seriously. Not out of fear, but caution, though I seem to be in the minority. Also, I don't understand all the mixed messages I'm receiving. Work hard, homeschool kids, work less, nurture yourself. The world as we know it is ending. It's a transformation, an evolution, a crash, an opportunity to think, feel, reconnect, reassess. A time to catch up on all the things you've been meaning to do. A time to gather online. A time to order delivery food. A time to help your neighbors. A time to donate money. A time to conserve money. All of this, all of it. So station jamming, so reception scrambling, too much unsorted information from so many people trying to be helpful. It's a time to receive help, offer help, stay connected, isolate, but not feel isolated. A time to get ready, a time to sleep. All these messages have made me feel like I'm being pummeled by 1,000 tennis balls. Everyone is putting in their 2 cents, and I just want to curl into a ball, get under the covers, and hide. And the people with energy, just seeing them do their thing, jogging past my living room window, hosting events on Zoom, changing the oil on cars, makes me feel even worse, like I'm doing this thing all wrong. I see people nonchalant, indifferent, panicked, and fearful, but I don't see anyone else saying it's all too much. I feel like letting everything slide, not opening my laptop, letting calls go to voicemail, not getting dressed, letting dust and crumbs and dishes pile up. Folding laundry felt like a victory. I've lost my power. That's how it feels. I'm so buffeted by messaging about this mysterious, unknowable thing that I have lost my capacity to respond authentically. I feel as if I've backslid into my own dark, isolated, depressive past. And I want to be there. I want to be here because it's comfortable. It's safe, warm, numb, protected, secure. I don't feel in charge of my own reaction. I feel like a shadowy demon from my own unconscious has emerged to simultaneously protect me and destroy my life, sabotaging my work, my relationships, my future, my plans. At the same time, I have an inner voice I never had before, which says it's okay. It's okay to react this way. This is your body's way of adapting. It will pass. You have to make your own decisions about how to live now. You have to find your own center. You have to shut off and shut down all those voices in order to find your own way forward. No one else's way, no one's path is the same as yours. To follow others will only prolong your misery. So I wrote that a couple of days ago. I should read that aloud more often, and actually pretty helpful to share that. So my voluntary assignment to you is that you start writing, and you start writing about what you feel. And if you feel like sharing it with someone that you trust and love, sending it to them as a file or reading it to them out loud, I recommend you do that too. And if you want to send it to me, you can do that too. And if you'd like me to share it anonymously on our next video call, you could do that. Because I really miss you guys. And this is the part of the class where I feel like I could get kind of choked up and emotional. I miss every single one of you, and I care about you so much. And for those of you who are working on long-term projects or who are really getting somewhere on your writing, I want you to keep working on those projects too. And if you want to share them with me, what I'd love more than anything is to spend our video times reading them out loud to you and telling me what I think, and asking questions, and even giving me more assignments if you want that. This is going to be on your YouTube station, right? So I think you can write questions in the comments, and you can definitely send me emails. My email address is vegawritersworkshop@gmail. It's also tps.k12.wa.edu. I think that's what it is. It's the same as everybody's. It's just jvega. Yeah, I invite you to do that. I would love to make that the format of this, to have kind of replicate our experience hearing each other's work in the classroom. So I think that's it for now. Like I said, I miss you guys. I want you to take good care of yourselves and take care of each other. Stay in touch with your friends and hopefully with people in your lives that you trust, that you can talk to when things are getting hard, and hopefully this video will help a little bit. Hopefully it helped a little bit to hear a sample from my journal of the coronavirus times, and I'll be checking in with you again for our video number 2. So take care. Bye-bye.